The challenge then becomes your presentation and examples. ठीक है? You have to concise and organize the points. जब हम art forms की बात करते हैं, so there was this question on Chandel art form. Discuss the salient features of Harappan architecture. क्या what all engineering or innovation that stage or age of civilization must have come about. The sculptures filled the Chandel art form with resilient vigor and breadth of life. Can practice the classroom tests. There is this All India Vision IS mains test series. There is this new initiative of PYQ Plus.
Congratulations on clearing UPSC 2024. Watching you succeed is really inspiring.
Thanks. I have been in your shoes. I know how overwhelming the start feels.
Exactly. There's so much to cover, I don't even know where to begin.
I felt the same. That's why I joined the GS Foundation course by Vision Eyes, which offers structured classes, expert faculty, and regular revision. It gave me clarity and momentum.
And you stayed consistent with it?
Yes, I followed the complete roadmap offered by the course. If you're aiming for 2026, start with this course. It offers you holistic coverage with every stage of the exam covered seamlessly. This is where your journey will truly begin.
Got it. I will definitely explore the course. Where can I find the details?
Just visit their website or call on the given numbers.
Very good morning to all of you. I hope you're all doing good. Yes. I am assuming that those who are sitting in the class, they are looking forward to this discussion because of the next year target. Yes. So we will be having the discussion on both the lines, where I will be also enlightening everyone who must have written mains to how they could have answered the question, and those who are looking for next year or next to next year, they will also have something to take from this session, right? So without wasting too much of time, let's start with the discussion. I will be taking art and culture questions. So there were 3 questions in the paper. Okay, simple questions थे. If in one word I were to describe how was mains 2025 with respect to this section, it was more on the conventional lines. कुछ भी surprise element नहीं था. You had lot of scope to write as well as present your answers. So when there are general questions given or asked by UPSC, the most important thing which can, bring you more marks would be your presentation skills, how you organize your answer. ये हमेशा याद रखना, specifically when the challenge is not the content. The challenge then becomes your presentation and examples. ठीक है? So as I told you, there are 3 questions. तीनों ही questions 10 mark each थे. Again 15 marker नहीं थे. Again, that means whenever there are 10 marker questions, you have to concise and organize the points. ठीक है? So let's see the question. कौन से topics पे थे? So there was this question on Indian architecture. कीवर्ड है सिलेबस में आर्किटेक्चर. सो देयर वाज दिस क्वेश्चन आस्क्ड फ्रॉम आर्किटेक्चर, एंड व्हाट वाज द क्वेश्चन अबाउट? ऑन हरप्पन आर्किटेक्चर. So everyone who starts art and culture or ancient India must be knowing that what is Harappan architecture. So the topic was not unfamiliar. Similarly, there was another question, again from the keyword of the syllabus, right? So there is this mention of Indian heritage and culture. उन्होंने क्या पूछा है? अकबर की religious policy. I just want to bust the myth among many students. So there is this perception that, just because in NCRTs there is now not more, Mughals या Mughal की history being given more importance, but I feel that there has always been a contribution done by any stage or phase of history. So you just cannot take that importance or legacy or heritage which we share with that phase, right? तो UPSC ऐसा नहीं है कि question नहीं पूछेगा if something is deleted or something is not being part of NCRT. There has been a question on Akbar's religious policy. ठीक है? So that comes from which part of the syllabus? Indian heritage and culture. The next aspect of the syllabus, another keyword is art form. जब हम art forms की बात करते हैं, so there was this question on Chandel art form, right? So there will be certain dynasties which have contributed in different, forms of art forms, and when you get to know about Chandelas, you understand that how Khajuraho sculptures and sculptures, sculpted during this phase is important. तो उन्होंने वहीं से पूछा है, right? So all the three questions were, more or less on conventional lines. ठीक है? Just to give you a perspective कि syllabus क्या बोलता है, I don't know how many of you have seen the syllabus or memorized it, I'm just giving it. So Indian heritage and culture, prepare कैसे करना, I'll tell you after the discussion of the questions, but this is how the syllabus looks like, very compact, but questions आते हैं बहुत deep and length and breadth पूछते हैं. So Indian heritage and culture is the title. That means you need to know what is Indian heritage and culture in different phases, ancient, medieval, modern, right? Similarly, there are other aspects which have been given by UPSC. Indian culture will cover the salient features or aspects of art form, literature, architecture from ancient to modern times. अगर आप syllabus की language भी देखोगे और question की making देखोगे, you will understand that they pick up from the syllabus itself. Salient features, main aspect, art form, है ना? यहीं से questions आते हैं, right? So let's discuss the first question, which is on Harappan architecture. So the first question is, discuss the salient features of Harappan architecture. You have to answer in 150 words, and it is a 10 marker, right? First of all, I would like to know how many of you understand what is discuss. क्या होता है discuss? So discussion means when you engage in some topic, you come out with different perspectives, different dimensions. आप उस पे चर्चा करते हो, right? That is what is discuss. Yes. So that is what you have to write. तो features क्या होंगे? Features को आप कैसे discuss करोगे? Let's assume you don't know about Harappan architecture, but you do know there would be certain elements in architecture all the time. Yes? Are you understanding? We also need to understand while answering the question, कुछ चीज़ें uniform रहती हैं in every answer, right? So when we talk about salient features of architecture, वो कौन से uniform elements है which will always be the defining characteristics of any stage of architecture or any age of architecture? बताओ. Yes. हाँ जी. Come on. वहाँ पर ऐसा थोड़ी है सारी चीज़ें ऐसी आएंगी which you have prepared. You also need to know how to write an answer when you do not know exactly. Architecture क्या होता है? When we construct the buildings, है ना? Right? तो buildings कैसी हो सकती हैं? Building material क्या होगा? क्या what all engineering or innovation that stage or age of civilization must have come about? Yes or no? है ना? और क्या होता है आर्किटेक्चर में? utility of buildings, type of buildings, right? Now you have to fill in the gap with respect to Harappan architecture. Simple. किस तरीके की buildings थी, what all material did they use, what was the purpose of the building, different kinds of buildings, and give examples. Yes, we've understood how to answer this question with respect to having limited information. ये भी बहुत important aspect होता है when we write answers, right? Now coming to this particular question, why it is very important to gain the attention of the examiner in the very first question, because everyone would be writing on it. When everyone would be writing on it, no one would be leaving this question in UPSC mains examination, then it becomes very difficult to fetch the marks to that level, which is, creating differences. Yes. तो आपकी जो introduction होगी, that plays a important role. Why? Because that's the opening of the answer. तो एक होता है general introduction, where you just describe Indus Valley civilization, उसका time period, and talking nothing about architecture. और दूसरी होती है contextual introduction, where you are highlighting some of the aspects of architecture during the Harappan civilization that gives a perspective to the examiner ki acha, this is what he or she would be writing or is differently writing in the introduction. Jaise, just to sum it up, what do you think were the defining or characteristics of Harappan civilization which made it very different? 3 keywords. Urban architecture in the Indian subcontinent, right? Indigenous मतलब no foreign influence. जो भी वो buildings बनाते थे, it was not as if they were inspired from some other civilization. They were unique to Harappan civilization or Indus Valley civilization. ये जो points है ना, ये कोई लिखेगा नहीं. That's why I'm giving it to you differently. सब generic introduction लिखेंगे. तीसरा, yes, any guesses? Modern engineering in ancient times. So when you write these 3 keywords as part of introduction, I will be showing you the introductions also, right? That gives value addition to this answer. देखो हम अभी ये बात कर रहे हैं how to fetch more marks than the other, when all of you will be writing the same thing. ठीक है? So these are the value addition point. Now comes obviously 10 marker है. We'll directly come straight to salient features of the Harappan architecture. ऐसे heading देनी है in a box. Now coming to the keywords. Have you ever come across Harappan architecture? Have you studied it? कुछ पता है? कुछ keywords बताओ जल्दी से. बहुत easy है. हाँ, very good. Town planning, urban planning. अभी हम keywords ही लिख रहे हैं, ठीक है? Grid system और burnt bricks. Very good. और drains. Burial बोल रहा है कोई? Yes. Drainage. Focus on privacy. Very good. और हाँ, कोई citadel बोल रहा है? Lower town. हाँ, granaries. Yes. Great bath. ये वहां पर सबको याद आ रहा है एग्जामिनेशन हॉल में भी, राइट? और बताओ. डॉकयार्ड. चलो ठीक है, वेरी गुड. प्राइवेट हाउसेस मतलब रेजिडेंशियल हाउसेस, ठीक है। अब इसी को तो ऑर्गेनाइज करना है। फोर्टिफाइड स्ट्रक्चर्स नहीं बोले, फोर्टिफाइड सिटीज भी थी, तो मतलब कुछ डिफेंसिव स्ट्रक्चर्स भी थे, वेल्स भी थे, ड्रेन्स, सीवरेज सिस्टम, राइट। ये सबको पता है, इवन यू नो इट। तो डोंट यू थिंक सो व्हाट वुड मैटर इन द एग्जामिनेशन हॉल इन द मेंस? Presentation and structuration. That's what I'm emphasizing, that this is what you have to focus in mains answer writing. It's not about how much you know, but how well you present, right? अब इसी को हम organized तरीके से लिखेंगे. Now, when it comes to organization of points, and where the question is directly on, salient features, obviously there will be certain keywords which has to be seen in the answer, so that examiner को confidence आए, yes you know about it, ठीक है। जैसे सबसे पहले टाउन प्लानिंग, ठीक है, राइट। टाउन प्लानिंग में what do you understand by town planning? That means there will be towns which are planned. आज के टाइम पे what all cities do you see planned? जैसे चंडीगढ़, जयपुर, right? So there also there was this element of town planning. वो कैसे दिखती थी? Certain cities, अब आप example दोगे, ठीक है, जैसे मोहनजोदारो, कालीबंगन, so they had different layouts, जैसे Citadel and Lower Town. यहाँ पर आप examples दोगे, ठीक है। फिर what next? The streets, they were cut in or they were designed in grid system. कुछ words को आप capital में लिखोगे, ठीक है, और they intersected at right angles. इससे क्या होता है? What does it enable or help? There are proper lanes, proper roundabouts, cuts, ठीक है। आज के टाइम पे how does it help in traffic management? Like this, है ना। अगर ज़्यादा गोल गोल रोड्स होंगी तो सब कुछ गोल गोल घूमेगा। So there has to be certain grid-like pattern, right? Types of building. अब आप यहाँ पर show off कर सकते हो how you can well organize this content than the other. When you give him different types of building, जैसे public buildings, private buildings. Private buildings में क्या आएंगे? Houses. फिर utilitarian buildings, जैसे wells, granaries. वही keywords जो आपने बताए हैं सब यहाँ fit in होंगे, right? Then defensive structures, जैसे walled और fortified cities, right? यहीं पर आप ड्रेनेज भी कर सकते हो, ड्रेनेज को अलग से भी एम्फसिस दे सकते हो, ड्रेनेज सिस्टम. This gives more variety and structure to the answer than just laying down or writing keywords, right? और क्या एस्पेक्ट है? बिल्डिंग मटीरियल, है ना? What material did it use? Yes, क्या मटीरियल यूज किया था? बर्न ब्रिक्स ही सिर्फ, स्टोन्स ऑल्सो, ठीक है, मड ऑल्सो, मड ब्रिक्स भी, बेक्ड ब्रिक्स भी, स्टोन ब्रिक्स भी, राइट? अब कंक्लूड कैसे करोगे? दैट अगेन विल गिव यू ब्राउनी पॉइंट. आइदर यू राइट इट वेरी जनरली और यू लिंक इट विद current affairs or some relevance of Harappan architecture till date. जैसे मैंने आपको बीच में एक एग्जाम्पल दिया, that till date we are using or we had used certain inputs of planned cities or architecture which we used in Harappan architecture in Chandigarh or Jaipur in the form of grid-like streets. ठीक है? Similarly, you can give another example that because of the architecture, structural engineering, mechanical engineering, water waste management techniques, Dholavira in 2021 had been recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site that suggests how important Harappan civilization was in providing us present day inputs. इस तरीके से conclude करोगे, it will again give you some value addition and brownie points than just summarizing what you have written. देखो मेन है कि आप कैसे दूसरे से बेटर हो, राइट? सो दैट्स हाउ यू कैन एनहांस योर आंसर्स. ठीक है? सो व्हाट आई हैव डन इज, जैसे मैंने बोला था, देयर कैन बी डिफरेंट वेज ऑफ इंट्रोड्यूसिंग. एक थोड़ा सा ये हो गया, हरप्पन सिविलाइजेशन टाइम पीरियड दे दिया, 2600 to 1900 BC is the mature phase of Harappan civilization. It's known as Indus Valley civilization. It is also the first urban culture of India. It was contemporary to other civilizations like Mesopotamia and Egypt. It showcases the remarkable urban planning and architectural sophistication. कुछ भी mix कर आप बना सकते हो. This is much more concise and relevant. The Harappan civilization showcased the most exemplary example of urban architecture, जिसको आप underline करोगे, which was indigenous, utilitarian and based on modern engineering in ancient times. ठीक है? This is more contextual, right? ये आपके वही फीचर्स हैं जो हमने डिस्कस करे हैं विद एग्जाम्पल. अर्बन प्लानिंग एंड ग्रिड सिस्टम, किस तरीके से सिटीज़ वर प्लान्ड, राइट? सिटाडल एंड लोअर टाउन एग्जाम्पल दोगे, जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल मेजर साइट्स लाइक हरप्पा, मोहनजोदारो, कालीबंगन हैड टू पार्ट्स. वेस्टर्न पार्ट वॉज सिटाडल एंड ईस्टर्न पार्ट वॉज द लोअर टाउन. यहाँ पर आप कुछ ड्रॉ भी कर सकते हो जस्ट टू गेन दी अटेंशन. एक लेआउट बना दिया, तो ये हो गया ईस्ट पार्ट, तो ईस्ट में क्या है? लोअर टाउन. इस तरीके से भी सिंपल बता सकते हो. वेस्टर्न पार्ट इज सिटाडल. इसकी यूटिलिटी बता दी. वेस्टर्न पार्ट जो सिटाडल होता है दैट इज फॉर एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एंड रिचुअल स्ट्रक्चर्स एंड द लोअर टाउन इज मोर ऑफ रेजिडेंशियल एंड प्राइवेट बिल्डिंग्स. ठीक है? देन standardized construction material. Yeah, this is also very, very important. The bricks or the building materials that were used, that were standardized, right? With standard or ratio, 1:2:4. Okay? So this is also an important element in Harappan architecture. Public or specialized structures, public buildings कौन सी होती थी? Great bath, granaries, ठीक है, उनके एग्जाम्पल दे दोगे. डॉकयार्ड होते थे, वेयर हाउसेज होते थे. आई हैव ऑल्सो given you pictures just to visualize how it looked like. ठीक है? जैसे ये है division और layout of Harappan town. ये जो ऊपर होगा that would be citadel और these are the lower town, right? ठीक है? Similarly, when we talk about material, gypsum mortar भी use होता था to, you know, let the brick stay. Great bath, ग्रेनरीज में थ्रेशिंग फ्लोर्स भी होते थे, इस तरीके से लगते थे जैसे व्हेन वी क्रश द ग्रेन्स वी सीव इट, है ना. बैरक्स होते थे टू स्टोर द ग्रेन्स. दिस इज हाउ द ग्रेट बाथ लुक्स लाइक मोहनजोदारो. दिस इज हाउ द ग्रेनरी एट हरप्पा लुक्स लाइक. ये थ्रेशिंग के लिए, घिसने के लिए, राइट? Residential architecture. What was so unique in residential architecture? How were the private houses look like? Were they only having one floor? No. 2 floors भी होते थे, right? They had an element of privacy also. They had sewerage system also, right? They have bathrooms also, right? Private wells भी होते थे. So all these keywords is what you will write. ठीक है? दैट्स अबाउट इट. ये ऐसा दिखता था घर. जस्ट सी, वो ड्रेन के लिए, राइट. I'll also show you how the defensive structures look like. This is how in the lanes or the streets drainage system looks like. आज के time पे भी you must have seen in gullies or lanes you have sewerage system or lanes like this, है ना? This is how the defensive structure looked like, specifically at Dholavira. So we had walled and fortified cities. So this kind of a gateway or bastion was there at Dholavira. Gateway, something as a superstructure, right? Bastion क्या होता है? Watch tower. ठीक है? So this also can be given as an example in form of defensive structures or defensive buildings or architecture. Conclusion, as I told you, आप ढोलावीरा बता सकते हो by bringing out the relevance of Harappan architecture and Harappan sites which had been recognized by UNESCO, like Dholavira in 2021 was given the World Heritage Site status. Second, you can talk about how in present day world also, planned cities like Chandigarh and Jaipur had used the grid or the lane system that we saw in the Harappan architecture. That can give you an extra edge in the answers, right? Now coming to the second question, right? So second question is about Akbar's religious syncretism. So सबसे पहले, here also main aspects are asked. In the first question also salient features were asked. But there the tail word was discuss. Here the tail word is examine. अगर difference नहीं है, UPSC would not have given it differently. They would have straight away asked you discuss the main aspects of Akbar's religious syncretism. Are you all agreeing with this? So whenever such tail words are used, you have to write according to that tail word. Otherwise, you are not justifying the demand of the question. Is it clear? Right? Coming to the keywords, main theme क्या है? Akbar's religious syncretism. Right? क्या करना है हमें? Examine करना है. So the question is, Akbar's religious syncretism, main aspects, examine. तो हाँ जी, आप बताइए, what is examine? A very simple example which I often discuss with students whenever this tail word is given. Examine, how doctors examine the patients. What does he do? Examination में क्या होता है? Careful analysis. आपकी भी तो answer scripts examine हो रही है ना? तो what are they looking at? Careful and detailed and in-depth understanding of what you are writing, or rather than what you are highlighting? No, what you are writing. So whenever examine word is there are three elements which are part and parcel of answer writing structure. One aspect is, it all depends on the topic also. Whenever history question is there, you do not have positive, negative generally, है ना? तो जब history में examine आता है, तो आप answer करते हो why, how or what and impact. क्योंकि अगर discuss होता, then you would have simply written down the features. But because this is examine, you have to, without mentioning these headings, justify why Akbar's religious policy was based on religious syncretism. What was part of Akbar's religious syncretism and how did it impact in the Mughal times? This is what is examine. Is it very, very clear? ठीक है, तो ये हम highlight नहीं करेंगे. We will just make it in such a way that it is justifying examine. Right? Now coming to religious syncretism. What do you understand by syncretism? ब्रेक कर दो अगर नहीं पता. सिंक. What is sync? When different things are coming together. Amalgamation हो रहा है. Yes, freedom मिल रही है. कुछ composite होंगे, कुछ individually भी behave कर रहे होंगे. Am I making sense to you all? है ना? What is sync? Different things coming together. Whenever things are coming together, so if I am being part of this class, am I losing out on my individuality? No. Are you losing out on your individuality? No. Can we work together? Yes. So this is what is syncretism. Now, what was the main aspect of Akbar's religious syncretism? There are certain keywords which has to be seen to the examiner, right? ठीक है. उससे पहले let's understand about Akbar. Why, of all the Mughal emperors, he was the one who gave such a liberal outlook to religion, right? तो why वाला जो aspect है, let's understand this first. पहली चीज, Akbar, when he was very young, he was given a tutor by Humayun, Abdul Latif, who was liberal in outlook. तो अगर बचपन से ही किसी बच्चे को has been given a mentor or a tutor who was having liberal outlook, he would also have it towards other faith or religion, right? Second, he was dyslexic. He was not literate. He was not able to read and write. ठीक है? उसकी वजह से he was very curious to know about religions, right? So he was drawn to different faith. जैसे he got inspired with Bhakti and Sufi. That was another reason to have developed a policy like that, right? Third, क्या लगता है? एक सक्सेसफुल आदमी के पीछे उसकी वाइफ का हाथ होता है. So he had Rajput wives. That also played a crucial role in having that kind of policy towards Hinduism. Yes. So these are the reasons which made him more liberal in outlook. Right? If he was liberal, then only he would have synced many religions. ठीक है? Why वाला aspect समझ में आ गया? I'll be coming to how we will answer this. First, understand this topic. Now, next is, what are the main aspects of religious syncretism? क्या क्या keywords होने चाहिए उसमें? Right? What keywords? Anything which you know? Sulhi Kul. आएंगे इन पे one by one. Second, okay, दीने इलाही, जिसको तौहीद इलाही भी बोलते हैं कुछ स्कॉलर्स. हाँ, किसी ने बोला जिजिया, और अबॉलिश किया था या ले डाउन किया था? ही abolished it. और हाँ, इबादत खाना. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. सो यू ऑल नो इबादत खाना. और क्या आएगा? मकतब खाना. वेरी गुड. Translation department. As I told you that he was not able to read and write, so he also commissioned many manuscripts. Manuscripts क्या होती है? Illustrated manuscripts where the texts were represented in images. ठीक है? जैसे रज़्मनामा. ठीक है? That was a translated version of Mahabharat. Right? तो ये सब चीजें उसने करी. और क्या था भाई? रिलीजियस सिंक्रेटिज्म में विदाउट फेल यू हैव टू राइट समथिंग अबाउट फ्रीडम गिवन टू डिफरेंट रिलीजन्स इन हिज रेन. फ्रीडम ऑफ रिलीजन, राइट? जैसे एक चीज बताती हूँ. सो ही वॉज सो लिबरल एंड अकोमोडेटिव. सो वेन एवर बीरबल यूज टू एस्कॉर्ट हिम और ट्रैवल विद हिम, he was never forbade to keep idols or worship with him. मतलब बीरबल को he allowed to keep idols and worship the way he wanted to whenever he was with Akbar. Similarly, whenever he married Rajput princess or Hindu princess, he did not convert them back to Islam. They were allowed to continue their traditions. He also took the good parts and was influenced by different religions. Jaise, for example, he worshipped sun, he worshipped fire. Fire, Zoroastrianism, sun, Hinduism. He also used to put tilak. He also used to celebrate Dashera. He also used to, mark certain days to ban animal slaughter, to give recognition to Jains. ठीक है, cow slaughter को भी उसने ban किया था. Right? So that means he was accommodative towards different religions. But he made sure that no one is, falsely imitating blindly to certain rituals which are taking away the rationality from the people. Okay? Right? So that is what you will write and give examples. आगे बात समझ में? These are the keywords. अब आते हैं हम कंक्लूजन पे. वी विल बी डिस्कसिंग इन डिटेल, डोंट वरी. कंक्लूजन कैसी होगी फिर? जैसे मैंने बोला, इम्पैक्ट. बिकॉज ऑफ दिस पॉलिसी, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ इम्पैक्ट यू वुड हैव सीन? 10 मार्कर है, रिमेंबर. सोशल इंटीग्रेशन, पॉलिटिकल इंटीग्रेशन, कुछ भी कीवर्ड लिख दो, हार्मनी. Right? And also to let you know further, this is one aspect. इसको आप और enhance कर सकते हो. There are 4 pillars in the Akbar's religious policy. Pillar of amity. Amity क्या होती है? Amity university नहीं. Amity. Amity is friendship. ठीक है? तो एक उसकी रिलीजियस पॉलिसी थी बेस्ड ऑन पिलर ऑफ एमिटी. और क्या होगा? टॉलरेंस, इक्विटी, फ्रीडम. ठीक है? So either you write it or otherwise you can summarize it without saying that there were 4 pillars, that his religious policy displayed the outlook of friendship, equity, tolerance and freedom. This is how you conclude. And that led to social integration, political integration, administrative convenience and harmony during his reign. Bas. Right? So this is how we will write the answer to this question because it was examined. है ना? So introduction, दोनों में से कुछ भी. Akbar ruled a vast multi-religious empire in the late 16th century. He expanded Mughal power across North India that realized or that made him or required harmony to be brought in between different religious faiths like Hindus, Muslims, Jains, Zoroastrianism, Buddhist and Christian communities. ये वाली introduction भी लिख सकते हो where you are highlighting specifically what was the reign or ruling period of Akbar, that is from 1556 to 1605, that marked an era of composite and liberal outlook. ये जो keywords है ना, that gives a perspective to the examiner कि आपको समझ में आ रहा है about religious syncretism in the very beginning of the answer. Composite and liberal outlook towards different religions that led to religious syncretism. ये हो गया आपका more contextual introduction. ये हो गया more on generic lines. आपको choose करना है कौन सा better है, where these keywords are being given or thrown in the first line of the answer itself. ठीक है? Religious syncretism को समझाओगे ना? Why will you waste time? You have to explain it in the first paragraph or the introduction itself, right? Now coming to the keywords which we had discussed. So the main aspect of Akbar's religious policy was Sulhi-Kul. Sulhi-Kul means peace with all, right? It was a universal peace initiative that replaced the sect privilege or the discriminatory attitude towards different religion. जैसे for example, oaths could be taken on Quran, Gita or other symbols according to participants' faith. ठीक है? इंटर रिलीजन डायलॉग, ये हेडिंग्स हैं, इसमें एग्जाम्पल क्या आएगा? इबादत खाना का. Although Ibadat Khana was set up in 1575, but Hindus and other faiths were allowed to be part of religious discussions in 1578 or 9, है ना? शुरू में नहीं था. So here again, because Akbar was very curious and he could not read, so he always encouraged the different religious debates and discussions to enhance his understanding towards different religious communities in his empire, right? Then Tawhid-e-Iladi Deen-e-Ilahi, which was the divine faith, right? What does this mean? It specifically stressed on monotheism. Monotheism matlab one God, right? So this God or monotheistic philosophy, one could be closer to that supreme being with meditation rather than imitation of superstitious rituals or traditional rituals. Okay, so this was a kind of religious philosophy he wanted to have, right? Next, patronage to composite culture. How did he patronize different cultures or religions in his empire? So that he achieved by getting the works done of Sanskrit, different languages, in Persian. तो एक translation bureau or department बना था, which is known as Maktab Khana, that translated various religious texts into Persian. यहाँ पर आप manuscripts भी बता सकते हो, illustrated manuscripts वाला word होना चाहिए, which was again very important during Akbar's reign. Freedom of religion to all. He gave freedom to different religious faiths in his empire. So he lifted the discriminatory levies or taxes, जैसे he abolished jizya, right? He also did not, forbade his Hindu wives to carry out their traditions or customs. ठीक है? He himself, as I told you, celebrated the Shera. He worshipped fire god, right? So all these elements you can bring in. ठीक है? और भी एग्जाम्पल दे सकते हो. रिलीजियस ग्रांट्स आप दे सकते हो, एक एक्स्ट्रा पॉइंट, या तो उसमें मर्ज कर दो फ्रीडम ऑफ रिलीजन, और यू कैन मेक इट सेपरेट पॉइंट डिपेंडिंग अपॉन हाउ मच स्पेस एंड कंटेंट यू हैव. दिस इज लाइक full content. I'm assuming when you start writing answers in the actual examination, you cannot write too many points, so you have to summarize, right? तो आप बस ये दे सकते हो. जैसे just to give you an example, he also gave certain kinds of rebates and grants for performing pilgrimage, right? Just to give you an example, Akbar conferred Madati Marsh grant of 200 bighas of land to Gopal Das, priest of Madan Mohan Temple, Vrindavan. So he did give religious grants to other faith and religion. Jainism wala example de sakte ho. He, banned animal slaughter on certain days. ठीक है? So that can also be given as an example. Conclusion: Akbar's syncretism reduced sectarian tension, broadened the imperial elite, and stabilized governance by making loyalty rather than greed the binding force. This gives you an impact wala conclusion. What did it impacted to? Reduced sectarian tension, broadened the imperial elite, stabilized the governance. आप simplify कर भी लिख सकते हो, political integration, social harmony. ठीक है, ज़रूरी नहीं होता ये fancy words लिखने हैं, meaning convey होना चाहिए, right? This can also be written: Akbar's religious policy led to political and social integration as it was based on 4 pillars: pillar of amity, equity, kindness and tolerance. ठीक है? ये दूसरे एग्जाम्पल है जो मैंने आपको दे दिए अब्दुल लतीफ़ वाला, वाई को जस्टिफाई करने के लिए, वाई ही वॉज liberal in his outlook, because he was tutored by Abdul Latif, he was influenced by Bhakti Sufi, and he was not literate, so he wanted the translations, or he had this inquisitiveness and curiosity to learn and know more about different religious faith. ठीक है? Now the third question. Done. Third question: what is the tail word? Elucidate. इसका मतलब अगर मार्क्स मिलेंगे इस क्वेश्चन में तो वो क्यों मिलेंगे? बेस्ड अपॉन हाउ मच यू आर गिविंग एग्जाम्पल्स, राइट? ठीक है, एलूसिडेट मतलब to justify what you are writing with examples. The only challenge in this question is that how you prepare art and culture. Because this is not found in your NCERT. है ना? But मैं आपको इसका exact source बता सकती हूँ. That does not mean that you have to go to such websites, but still, the exact source should be known to you. I'll tell you after discussing the third question how to approach art and culture for your future examination. But let's understand this. Elucidate का मतलब हमें समझ में आ गया है. We've understood the theme, that is Chandel art form, right? What you have to elucidate? How Chandel art forms were having vigor and breadth of life. What is vigor? नहीं पता ना, हिंदी देख लिया करो. मतलब when you are writing the actual paper, वहाँ पर हिंदी देख लिया करो. So what is vigor? Guess. चंडेल से आपको कोई कीवर्ड याद आता है when it comes to sculptures? खजुराहो. Okay. Now relate what is vigor? Strength, mobility, action, right? तो वो कैसे था sculptures में, and how it described or showcased breadth of life. Breadth of life कैसे showcase करेंगे sculptures? Leave aside Chandel art form. Breadth of life को कैसे depict करेंगे sculpture? What is breadth of life? Various aspects of life. Very good, very good. अब आते हैं, when you don't know the answer, how are you still structuring it, and whatever limited information you have, you are just putting it. ठीक है? Okay. Vigor and breadth of life. So she rightly pointed out breadth of life, various aspects of life. Various aspects of life sculpture कैसे depict करेंगे? Just imagine. Theme से, है ना? क्या क्या थीम्स उन्होंने यूज करी? सिर्फ रिलीजियस थीम्स थी, या सेक्युलर भी थी, या इरोटिक भी थी, या इकोनॉमिक थी? आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग? ब्रेड्थ ऑफ लाइफ शो करना है ना. नेचर था, ह्यूमंस थे, उसमें भी वो क्या डिपिक्ट कर रहे थे? रिलीजियस, सेक्युलर, इकोनॉमिक, इरोटिक, राइट? हाउ डू यू एल्स describe breadth of life? Come on, गलत बोल दो. How does that matter? Life इतनी है क्या? हाँ? Come again, थोड़ा और loudly. हाँ, तो religion, philosophy, spirituality, कुछ मैजिक या तंत्रा एलिमेंट भी था क्या? ठीक है. सो दिस इज हाउ ब्रेड्थ ऑफ लाइफ कुड बी डिस्क्राइब्ड, राइट? विगर को कैसे शो करते हो? स्ट्रेंथ, पावर, एक्शन. सो खजुराहो स्कल्पचर्स, why were they so remarkable that they are studied and examiner has asked from all the sculptures about Chandel art form? Action, movement. वो sculptures हमें दिखते हैं how they are moving, right? The detailing, the intricate detailing is what you have to highlight with example. है ना? क्या क्या ornaments use करे हैं, jewelry, carving, that is all vigor. That gives us a perspective how they looked like. ठीक है ना? 2D हमें दिख रहा है. बस यही कीवर्ड्स हैं जो आपको लिखने हैं. एग्जाम्पल्स पता होने चाहिए. जैसे कुछ, जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल खजुराहो monuments are again World Heritage Site recognized by UNESCO. So there are certain temples which you should be knowing. आप चाहे for every example you are, for every feature you are not giving example, but still to gain the trust of the examiner and to be performing relatively better, certain temples should be known to you. जैसे लक्ष्मण टेम्पल, विश्वनाथ टेम्पल, है ना, ये सब आपको मेंशन करने हैं, राइट? ठीक है. उसके बाद what all aspects are there in art form, एक और आप चीज़ कर सकते हो. When you talk about art forms, what kind of different sculptures do you look at? So one is rock cut sculptures in Chandel dynasty. दूसरे फ्री स्टैंडिंग स्कल्पचर्स होंगे. फ्री स्टैंडिंग स्कल्पचर्स मतलब they are not part of some structure or wall, they are free standing. ठीक है. और कुछ स्कल्पचर्स होंगे which were on wall, sculptures on the wall of the temple. कुछ idols होंगे फ्री स्टैंडिंग, कुछ वॉल पे स्कल्पचर्स होंगे ऑफ द टेम्पल्स, और कुछ रॉक कट स्कल्पचर्स होंगे. मटीरियल क्या क्या यूज होता था ड्यूरिंग चंडेल टाइम्स टू मेक स्कल्पचर्स और आर्ट फॉर्म? ग्रेनाइट, सैंडस्टोन, मार्बल. How you can show that there was vigor and breadth of life? Because of the building materials they used. मार्बल से और अच्छे लगते हैं ना, ग्रेनाइट से और अच्छे लगते हैं, राइट? So that is also a part of your content which you are going to write. और कैसे ब्यूटिफाई कर सकते हो और ऐड कर सकते हो वैल्यू? when you give or let the examiner know that you know what are the centers of art in Chandel times. ठीक है. तो 4 जगहें हैं which are centers of art. खजुराहो, कलिंजर. ये कलिंजर बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, मैं आपको पहले एग्जैक्ट सोर्स बता देती हूँ. दिस इज द वेबसाइट फ्रॉम विच probably examiner has picked the question. Why am I saying so? Exact line है, क्योंकि उसके कंक्लूजन में, उस आर्टिकल के, there is mention of what? The sculptures filled the Chandel art form with resilient vigor and breadth of life. अब तो फिर यहीं से ही आया होगा. और इस आर्टिकल में सारी चीज़ें अबाउट चंडेल आर्ट फॉर्म हैज़ बीन मेंशन्ड, राइट? What could be the other sources to prepare this topic which is in your reach? कुछ रीच वाली चीज़ें भी बतानी है ना? And that is your CCRT website. ठीक है. वहाँ पर there are 3 sections given: performing art, literary art and क्या है? विजुअल आर्ट. ठीक है. तो उसमें विजुअल आर्ट में यू आर गिवन सम डिस्क्रिप्शन अबाउट चंडेल स्कल्पचर्स एज वेल. ठीक है, राइट? जैसे मैंने बोला कि देर आर 4 सेंटर्स ऑफ आर्ट, ये एक्स्ट्रा इंफॉर्मेशन है, दैट यू कैन शो इट इन मैप ऑल्सो. एक इंडिया का मैप बनाकर जस्ट टू स्टार्ट योर आंसर, आइदर यू कैन राइट और शो कि यहाँ पर चंडेल है. यहाँ पर आप 4 सेंटर्स बना सकते हो: खजुराहो, अजयगढ़, कलिंजर, महोबा. Right, this is all when you know the content. I am not saying that this you should be knowing or would be knowing, whoever has written means this here, but this is for value addition, right? I'll be coming how you can still reach to this level where you are having enough points. वो भी मैं discuss करूँगी, but this is how you can beautify your answer, right? Materials used, I have already told you: sandstone, marble and granite, right? Let's see certain sculptures to fill the gaps wherever they are. Now this is how you can write. जैसे introduction में ही आप लिख दो कि Chandels ruled from 9th to 13th century. The 4 centers of art were Kalinjar, Mahoba, Ajaygarh, Khajuraho, अगर पता है तो. Otherwise you just write कि Khajuraho was the main center of art which has also been recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site, right? हाउ डिड इट डिपिक्ट रेजिलिएंट विगर, कैसे वो इमोशंस डिपिक्ट करते थे, राइट? There is a smile, there is this beauty which has been sculpted, elongated eyes, right? So this is what you can write. Whatever females or apsaras were there, they were shown in different mood, right? There were sensuous and dynamic figures that also adds vigor or vitality or movement to the sculptures. ठीक है, जैसे poses, gestures, काजल लगा रहे हैं, mirror पकड़ा हुआ है, which suggests that they are, admiring their beauty or getting beautiful for their male counterparts. So that is how you have to describe, right? Narrative and action-filled panels. इसमें क्या आप लिखोगे? How did certain sculptures depicted warfare, processions, daily life? That is what is vigor in Chandel sculptures. I'll also be showing you the pictures. Breadth of life, secular and domestic scenes. सिर्फ religious नहीं, secular और domestic scenes भी थे, which depicted everyday life, right? Erotic and tantric iconography. There is one aspect in Chandel sculptures. It is, Vali. ये क्या होते हैं? They are mythical characters which are associated with animals. जैसे elephants की images आपको खजुराहो temple में मिलेगी, right? Lion, tiger. So they are considered to be the mythical character. ये भी एक feature है about Chandel art form, right? So tantric iconography, erotic structures are also part of breadth of life. Depiction of animals. नंदी आपको मिलेगा. Elephant जैसे मैंने बोला बहुत important animal है. राइट, कंक्लूड कैसे कर सकते हो कि इट वॉज सो रिच दैट दैट टिल डेट लॉट ऑफ टूरिस्ट आर गोइंग टू विजिट खजुराहो स्कल्पचर्स, कुछ भी, जस्ट टू गिव सर्टन एस्पेक्ट ऑफ रेलिवेंस टू इट, राइट? एक होता है अगेन यू जस्ट राइट इट कैजुअली, एक होता है टू अगेन मेक और विन द ट्रस्ट ऑफ द एग्जामिनर कि हाँ, द स्टूडेंट इज मोर एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव इन अप्रोच. ठीक है, कैसे हैं स्कल्पचर्स? इस तरीके से देखो, ये जैसे नंदी, राइट? दिस इज हाउ द रॉक कट स्कल्पचर्स लुक लाइक. सो दैट मीन्स यू हैव Ganesh image also, Varaha image would also be there, Shiv also, Vaishnav cult also, Jain Tirthankars sculptures are also there. So it was having different kinds of religious faiths depicted as part of sculptures. ठीक है, जैसे मैंने बोला Jain Tirthankars, monolithic structure है ये. कैसे थी डिटेल्स इन ज्वेलरी, इस तरीके से इंट्रिकेट कार्विंग हुई हुई है ज्वेलरी की, ठीक है, ड्रेसेस की, right? Again, if you see the image, it's more like what's happening in real life, है ना, real time. तो वो है dynamic in action. तभी इसको vigor के साथ जोड़ा हुआ है. शेषनाई विष्णु as a theme you can add, which is specific theme. Brahma and his consort पे sculpture से this will be part of your elucidate वाले examples, right? Yogi, meditative, sculptures were also there. Shiva, Tirthankar, Jain art was also there. These are the specific temples names which you can put to gain more marks. तो ये question थोड़ा सा difficult था, but again, if still people had some limited information, they can fill in the gaps by describing the term vigor and breadth of life. Trimurti Vishnu, these are all themes which can give you extra marks. ठीक है, क्योंकि elucidate था. हाँ, वली नहीं, व्यालाज बोलते हैं उनको, नॉट वलीज. सो दीज आर मिथिकल कैरेक्टर्स, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, उसको ठीक कर लो, व्यालाज. ठीक है, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर ऑफ स्कल्पचर्स ऑफ चंडेल आर्ट फॉर्म. डिफरेंट moods और phases of women, नायिका, अप्सरा, celestial women. कुछ अगर नाम याद हो जाएंगे तो you can write, जैसे कर्पूर मंजरी is very important.
UPSC isn't cleared by just reading books, it's cleared by preparing for every stage with precision and timing. Many aspirants focus on prelims first, delay mains answer writing, and think about interview only after results. This fragmented approach costs success. Lakshya Integrated Mentoring Program 2026. Starting 14th August 2025. Eliminates these gaps with a single, end-to-end preparation system for prelims, mains and interview. Lakshya ensures structured coverage of GS, CSAT, essay and ethics. Integrated answer writing practice and prelims testing. Dedicated mentors for strategy, evaluation and progress tracking. Toppers and expert sessions to refine approach and execution. Focused interview guidance and mock sessions to build personality and confidence for the final stage. Prepare the way toppers do. Integrated, strategic, and result-oriented with Lakshya 2026. Because UPSC success is never an accident. It's a well-executed plan.
Hunting scenes are also there, war scenes are also there. That is how they look like. तो जब आप pictures के साथ, when you relate certain dynasty and art forms, you know, remembering the content becomes easier rather than just reading the content, है ना? फिर आप visualize करते हो कि हाँ हमने देखा था, there was jewelry, there was Naikas, there were Apsaras, there were Jain Tirthankars, there was Varaha image, there was, you know, Vishnu image, hunting scenes. तो फिर आपको इतना tiring नहीं लगता है. Erotic art, right? So this is how you will write the answer. Now coming to what next, how to tackle this section. So in the last 6 years, including 2025, what has been the pattern of UPSC asking questions on culture, art and culture? Okay. So in 2020, there were 4 questions of 50 marks. ठीक है. 2021 में 1 question आया था of 15 mark. मतलब एक भी हो सकता है, एक भी क्वेश्चन आए. 2022 में 3 questions of 40 marks. Again, same 3 questions, 40 marks in 2023. 3 questions, 30 marks. 2025 में 3 questions, 30 marks. ठीक है. तो मतलब there is this pattern which you have to know कि there can be sometimes 1 question, right? There can be sometimes 4 questions also. There can be sometimes 2 or 3 questions. So on an average, 2 to 3 questions is what UPSC usually gives to this section. Now coming to what do they ask, right? Does it come from your keywords, right? So in 2020 and 2021 means there have been questions on architecture, Indian art and heritage, literature. Question किस तरीके से थे? Rock cut architecture. Architecture पे इस बारी भी आया है. There have been questions on rock cut architecture as well. There was this phase given, and then they had asked, जैसे Pala period पूछा, how was it a significant phase in the history of Buddhism in India? Similarly, this year also they had asked 1 phase and asked the art form related to it. तो इसका मतलब dynasties cover करनी है, right? Which have contribution, which had done some contribution in any of the cultural aspect, which is so significant, those dynasties you have to cover, right? Literature पे question आया है, Persian literary sources, literature is mentioned in the syllabus. Similarly, in 2021, what did they ask? Nature of bhakti, literature, and contribution to Indian culture. तो keyword से ही question आ रहा है. Bhakti phase again is a phase which needs to be done, not only from cultural point of view with respect to religious syncretism, but literature also, right? When you talk about 2022 means, again, there is this phase given, Gupta period and Chola period, what were their main contributions in heritage and culture. तो मतलब फिर से dynasty पूछी, right? Then they asked about Indian heritage and culture, which was very open-ended. Usually you do not get the content in one book at one place, but when you read about culture, you, in different phases, get this, What is the significance of lion and bull figures in Indian mythology, art and architecture? इस तरीके से if you are doing, by preparing the keywords of the syllabus and keeping a track of the dynasties, you are in a better off position than the others, right? Art form पे temple, sculptures during medieval Indian times. ठीक है, तो sculpture पे भी पहले question पूछा जा चुका है. It's not for the first time they had asked. तो जब ये आया होगा and someone would have prepared this, they would not have left out Chandel art forms also. ठीक है? 23 mains में 3 questions on Indian heritage and culture. Explain the role of geographical factors towards the development of ancient India. ये सीधा NCERT का question है. Your R.S. Sharma, at the back certain questions are given. Geographical settings, this is the chapter's name. वहाँ पर ये question दिया हुआ है. Right? So that means it was answerable from your simply NCERT reading. When you talk about Vedic society's main feature, this is also quite decent question which you could find in your NCERT or basic notes. Right? ये जो क्वेश्चन है दिस इज चैलेंजिंग. अब क्या पूछा? अगेन डायनेस्टी पूछी. व्हाट डिड दे आस्क? सल्तनत पीरियड में व्हाट हैव बीन द मेजर टेक्नोलॉजिकल चेंजेस. अब आप मेरे से पूछोगे मैम टेक्नोलॉजी और कल्चर का क्या रिलेशन है ना? यस और नो? सो व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट इंडियन आर्ट एंड कल्चर यू ओनली लुक एट फ्रॉम अ वेरी लिमिटेड पर्सपेक्टिव, आर्ट फॉर्म, लिटरेचर, आर्किटेक्चर. बट जैसे मैंने बोला, इफ यू लुक एट द सिलेबस में एक हेडिंग है इंडियन हेरिटेज एंड कल्चर. व्हाट इज हेरिटेज? हेरिटेज इज अ लेगेसी दैट is carried down from generations to generation. So it's not as if the technological changes that happened or whatever things had been done in ancient time period or medieval time period we are not carrying forward. We are. So whatever economy or technological changes also that happened, that led to some heritage which passed on to different phases of history and generations. Is it not? तो ये वाले एस्पेक्ट भी यूपीएससी पूछ रहा है. ठीक है? 24 मेंस में अगेन वैदिक टाइम पीरियड से पूछा विच वॉज वेरी जेनरिक. चोलास पूछा विच इज डायनेस्टी. पल्लवास ऑफ कांची इन द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ आर्ट एंड लिटरेचर, अगेन कीवर्ड फ्रॉम द सिलेबस एंड डायनेस्टी. ठीक है? 2025 के हमने डिस्कस कर ही लिए हैं. नाउ व्हाट इज द टेक अवे व्हेन इट कम्स टू थीम्स or the topics asked by UPSC in your mains? What understanding you are having now? That whenever you are doing the syllabus, let's say if you are doing art forms, go from ancient to modern times. ठीक है? Ancient time period में there are few significant phases or dynasties. Harappan, Vedic, Guptas, संगम एज. ठीक है? उनके आर्ट फॉर्म्स, उनके लिटरेचर, उनका आर्किटेक्चर. व्हेन यू गो टू मिडीवल टाइम पीरियड यू डू सर्टन रीजनल डायनेस्टीज, यू डू दिल्ली सल्तनत, यू डू मुगल्स, राइट? जैसे विजयनगर इंपॉर्टेंट है, इंपीरियल चोलाज आर इंपॉर्टेंट, चंडेल, काकाटिया, दे आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो अगेन do their art forms, literature, architecture. When you do like this, you are confident in the examination hall that you have now something to write. You will not be leaving any question unanswered. But when you do book-wise matlab, if you would ask me, ma'am, what are the sources? अगर आप ancient India पढ़ोगे R.S. Sharma की, they are not written like that. Yes, you have to make short notes or broad understanding of art form, literature and architecture from ancient to medieval times at least. ठीक है? तो yes, sources आपके static ही हैं, NCERT ही है, right? You have, your class notes, NCERT. There is this website which is important, CCRT, which is solely dedicated to culture. ये आप visit कर सकते हो. With respect to Indian culture, there are 2 NCERTs, Introduction to Indian Art Part 1, Introduction to Indian Art Part 2, which is on paintings. There is this new NCERT which has come. ये आपको करनी है. ये अभी आई है. I think 1 month ago. Knowledge, Traditions and Practices of India, class 11th की है. अगर आप कंटेंट देखोगे इसके, that means index. You will understand why am I saying so, that this book needs to be covered from culture perspective. Just see language and literature, Indian philosophical systems, performing art traditions, Indian art and architecture, astronomy, mathematics. So these are all aspects of your culture and heritage. So ये NCERT has also become very important both for prelims and mains perspective, right? Another dimension which you need to know is, just to give you an example, although Harappan architecture is a very important topic, otherwise also from static perspective, but current affairs se bhi uska relation tha. Why? Because Tamil Nadu government in January had announced $1 million cash prize to anyone who would decipher the Indus script, right? So Indus Valley civilization anyways was getting that news, right, or was highlighted in the newspapers. So they asked on Harappan architecture, might be they were influenced by that news, or otherwise also I feel that Harappan architecture was important. So that means newspaper current affairs integration is also equally important in your mains examination, right? When you talk about mains answer writing, जैसे we have discussed, one is syllabus, वो आप करोगे as part of content, but when it comes to answer writing, till the time you are not practicing answer writing with respect to the keywords given, questions demand, and assessment of words and marks weightage, you are still behind the race. Knowledge, again, I told you, is not the barrier to clear this examination. How you present that knowledge, whether in prelims, mains, or interview, is what would take to you to reach to your final destination. So here is where mains practice of answer writing comes very, very handy. So Vision IS के different initiatives hai. So you must be in the classroom. You can practice the classroom tests. There is this All India Vision IS mains test series. There is this new initiative of PYQ Plus test series. PYQ Plus में क्या है? That Vision IS will be giving you all the questions of previous year papers asked in mains and checking your copies, right? You have digital current affairs, which again gives you the mains answer writing practice to the various issues asked in current affairs. So you have different initiatives which you can make use of to master this. मैंने फिर से बोल रही हूँ, the only challenge in this examination is how well you write, how well you present. ठीक है? So this is what is there that you need to practice your previous year. You need to link current affairs with your static portion. You need to prepare the syllabus well and practice answer writing. If you have any question, you can ask me. Still. Sources clear है? Basic ही रखनी है. Just because I have shown you the exact source of Chandel art form does not mean that you have to visit such random websites, right? That is just for content. क्या challenge आता है when it comes to mains? Specifically in this section. हाँ? Memorization. मैंने बोला ना pictures देखो. If you're doing Harappan architecture or Indus Valley civilization, see the images, then it will not be that difficult. Rather, I feel that this section is very easy when it comes to visualization and writing answers. You still have something to write and remember. Itna difficult nahi hai as compared to other subjects where you need to have conceptual clarity. Here, there is no conceptual clarity. Either you know it or you don't know it, right? But when you cover the syllabus from a timeline approach, from ancient to modern times, then it becomes very easy. ठीक है? Right? Don't go for finer details now. What I mean by that is that don't focus too much on making extraordinary notes. First, try to have broader understanding कि हर एक phase में क्या हो रहा था. ठीक है? Then you fill the gaps क्योंकि answer लिखना है. In how many words? 150 to 250 words. How much can you write? You cannot write many things. You just have to present it well, right? So that is what you should strive for rather than anything else, right? So all the best, guys. Have a nice day.